Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're doing a series that I'm going to dub lovingly casting comparison, where we look at a bunch of different Hot Wheels cars or diecast cars in general, and look at the differences between them. This one is very Corvette themed, so we're looking at not only Corvettes through a series of a few years, but also variants in casting, and just variants, and sometimes even variants in gimmick. It's a bit of a mixed bag, this one. I wish I had some of the later vets, but I kind of got rid of a lot of stuff in a purge a while back, because I just had too much stuff. Yeah, the best laid plans of Mice and Men, anyway. But that is the... I think this is the 51? No. Yeah, no, the 56. This is the 56 vet from the Barbie movie one. And you did an unbox on this a good while ago. Yeah. Comparing that, sort of fast-forwarding a bit, to the 1962 vet, and we see a lot is different. We can see, however, front grille, kind of similar still. Not exactly the same, it's probably evolved, but you can kind of see certain elements. You see sort of the side bits here, the windscreen's very similar. Yeah, you could see that it kind of, while it has changed, it hasn't really changed all that much. Even the shaping of the sides here is not all that different. Yes, it's different. That's absolutely true. But you can even see sort of remnants here with that section here kind of looks a bit like this section here. It's really interesting how the more things change, the more things stay the same, huh? But now imagine we took this and made it better. A bit like this. So this is the Gasser version, and again we did these in unboxings. So as you can see, the Gasser version is a bit raised comparatively. It's a bit taller on its legs, wheels as it were. You can see it's got side exhausts, a big engine, obviously. But also, I think, has it been lifted? Has the canopy been lifted, perhaps? You can see it's definitely the same car, just modified and upgraded. I think that's quite interesting. How they've still gotten the accurate part of this correct, even down to sort of this red bit, this sort of... I don't know what that is actually for. I mean, it's a fuel cap or something? Or maybe it's a thing for opening the boot? I don't know. This is clearly not a rear-engined car. Yeah. You can see it is it's accurate to the other version. It's like there's a odd difference here or there that makes it make no sense. Just comparing that to the old one. Who are you? I am you, but newer and better. Oh, okay then. And then of course we advance one more year from the 62 to the 63. Which weirdly, for some reason, for a long time was called the Corvette Stingray, even though, well, I guess it might technically be a Stingray, which is weird. Because there's a few versions of the Corvette Stingray. You can't just call it just Corvette Stingray. That doesn't make sense. But this one actually looks quite a bit different at the front here. The front looks very different to this one. And the windscreen is kind of a bit smaller, a bit more squared off. And then the side. It's weird how between sort of, nearly, 8 years between this and this, a lot has stayed relatively the same, and then between those two, it's just very different. You've kind of got an essence of the same kind of, this bar piece, well, this sort of, I guess, shock absorber, whatever they call it, kind of just got put underneath this time. So you kind of see, there's elements of similarity, but just upgraded. But it definitely looks a lot different compared to its predecessor. Even towards the back, where you've got sort of a more angular back section. Even down to the side skirts, this doesn't really have. I mean, it has, but this kind of has a jutting out sort of side skirt. Wildly different. Here you have sort of window and then hole. Here it's the other way around. Absolutely wild how different these two are. But we do have some variants of this as well. Mostly color variants, but so we have this version, the golden version. This version, which is just green, that's an older version based on the wheels. this version, which is kind of similar in color, but just different. We have another green version. Can you tell I like this particular car? It's one of the ones that I kept a lot of alts of. I got rid of a lot of my alts of some cars. I have a white version. We have an old, this is an old Blackwall's era red version. An old Blackwall's era green version, which I'm not sure if there's a color shifters one. I don't remember if it is. It just looks a little odd, perhaps. A White Walls, Blackwall's version. Don't worry about it. And then finally oh wait, no. Forgot about these two. A much newer variant, which is like extreme variant. Another blue variant, which is somewhat similar but not quite the same. It's kind of like the blue version of this one. These two are kind of alts of each other. And then finally we have, I'll put this over here, this one. Another Blackwall's one, which in itself has its own gimmick. So where the gimmick thing comes in, as this is when it was first produced, it's a high raker, which means you can rake it using, this has a few, so you can go duh or duh, and you can adjust the ride height of the one side to do that, which is kind of cool and interesting, but a weird gimmick that Hot Wheels basically never did again, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, things have come a long way, haven't they? Even though you're the newest one of the three. I think you're like, I mean, these two are fairly new as well. Things have changed over the years, but some things never change. And some things change way too much. And some things just get left behind. Where's my raker mechanic in the new era of Hot Wheels? And on that note, I think it's time to end. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye for now.